MISMA, and MISMA will forward to all of you. The so-called critical path method. They do step by step. At least you can understand what it's all about. Because in class, it's quite, especially in using Zoom, we are sort of very difficult for me to explain. So I will, this CPM, I copy from the website. It's very easy to understand, and you will read it, and there will be one question on this. All right. So shouldn't be a problem, right? So wait for this MISMA to take photo, or if she, so far she never replied me. So can you all show your faces so that I can take a photo of yourself? Okay.
然后小孩还他说你别骑牛吧，你这怎么？所以我这
You show your faces, please.
我说我都骑到了，我有一个是我没有嘛。
要看过 Mandarin 啊。Who link the speaker to the Mandarin people?
It should be conducted in English, please.
Hello, is there talking?
It's Lee here, the academic manager. I'm actually observing your class for the first time.
I see. I was not informed. Okay, please appear your faces, please. I want to take a shot the attendant, please. Kavira. Jose. Ravi Akilan. Arini. Ravi. Vu Maragan. Yeah. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. Harini, please show your face, please. And Ravi, turn your face toward the camera. Okay, thank you. Okay, yesterday we finished until here, right? So as I said earlier on, I will send you a read up on the CPM, because doing this have to be hands-on. So the one I prepared for you is very clear how to do it. All right. So I will send it to MISMA, and MISMA send it to you, right? Okay. So this one of the example of CPM chart. Okay, as you can see here, the red line is the critical path. How you determine the critical path is the longer time span for the whole project. Okay, let's take for instance, step 1 to step 2 is everything in terms of step 3 and step 4 is the same. All right. So, but step 3 you have only design hardware. Okay, where step 4 is about layout manual, for example. Okay, this will be taken 3 weeks. It's shorter than the design hardware. Just I go through with you once again. through this process. So after you do the design hardware example, you have to do the breadboard hardware. So it take about 2 weeks. Okay, let's start from 2 is 0 then 4 plus 2 will be 8 weeks, right? So you come to testing of hardware, that means the PCB card, right? You do a testing, it take about 3 weeks. So 4 to 3 will be 9 weeks, right? So after the number 6, okay, the node number 6, they have 2 input. One is a design software, which is 6 weeks, right? That means the soft side you have already designed, right? Halfway through the design software, but your hardware, it take about 9 weeks. That means your design software finish much earlier than your hardware design. All right. So look at this. Your design software is shortened by 3 weeks. So followed by the next one is the so-called release hardware. All right. So they will take about another 2 weeks. So it will be 4, 2, 3, 2. Right? So it will be 11 weeks. And finally, manufacturing of the PCB card, okay, or the board will take about 4 weeks. So you can see that the total will be 15 weeks. But your schedule, okay, your completion schedule, the date is only catered for 11 weeks, right? So you look at the other path, 4, 9, 10. Okay, so layout in terms of software design, the layout on the book, finishing the manual. So you take about 7 weeks and you release the manual to the printer. The printer will print, right? So you can see that total week is about 8 weeks plus 2 plus 4 is 5 plus 7, right? Will be 12 weeks. So the critical path you have here is the red line, as I said, the hardware side. So how to complete in time within 11 weeks? What is the best solution, right? So the best solution is whether you can utilize, let's say, assuming that this company, you have resources only cater for all these things, right? So in terms of design, okay, hardware design, breadboard hardware, all these things, testing, right, is quite difficult because you need an expert in designing the hardware. So let's say you make use of the existing people here, okay, especially the software side, right? The person that finished the job is only, you can see that shorter than the red line, okay, the critical part. So you can make use of manual printing personnel to help out in the block bake design or testing of hardware, where you have all the procedure lined up for these people to look at the manual and do the testing, and hopefully that it can shorten the time to 1 week or 2 weeks. And also releasing of hardware, that means you're making of hardware. When you finish this one, you can say, okay, the hardware design is okay. You send to the manufacturer. The manufacturer will produce the hardware in 4 weeks, but you can request them to do in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, coupled with, of course, overtime. All right. So with additional cost, with more manpower allocation, the job have to finish at the 11 week. So you can see that by doing the CPM charge, all right, you can know, okay, what is the schedule about, what is the time constraint, what is the manpower constraint, what is the budget that you plan for 11 week, okay, whether it's overrun or under. So all these things, by looking at all these things, you can know, okay, in a practical aspect, right? Oh, so you can see that a project like this type, once you draw out the PERP or CPM charge, you can easily identify, okay, where is the issue that you face. So end of the day, you seek the management approval for the budget or overtime, and they will, if they allow, then the timing of meeting the objective is there, 11 weeks. So it's simple, practical, right? In project management, every one of us, every people doing the project, they should have this type of charge, and they can do a evaluation and which are the so-called the WBS, work breakdown structure. For example, number 5, number 6 work breakdown structure. Okay, what are the components to do? Whether you can do parallel or instead of do in series, or okay. So all these things can give you due consideration of doing this project. When you reach, will allow you to reach the schedule objective. Okay, so it's very critical. Okay, so when you run a project, when you are leading a project, you must understand the project flow. Okay, project flow is very important. End of the day, if you can understand the whole project flow, that means to say the project given to you, you know how to break down the job, major job to minor job, okay, to small job. Then you calculated the small job and the major job and combine together. End of the day, you will see how many days. Because a project, a big project doesn't mean that one project can everybody do. It can be break up, okay, depend on the sequence of process. You can break up into small projects so that you can monitor more closely in the project timeline, budget, and the manpower requirement, right? So in construction activity, most of the time, let's say build a building, they have many so-called work breakdown package. Okay, this work breakdown structure, the package will be done by the engineer. They break up the various jobs into piecemeal, and they know which one come first, which one come later. So end of the day, you will meet the target. All right. Okay, like this one. Oh. Okay, Miss Ma come in already, so he want to take the attendance. I turn on the attendance first. Okay. Okay, sorry. One more time, show your face, please. I thought just now you never show up. Rivan, Rivan, your face, please. Niva, Nivita, Nivita, Ravi, Ravi. Please show your face. Okay, done. Okay. So from here, from the CPM diagram, you can use this to calculate all this. Oh, okay. So on board is better on whiteboard. Okay. So you can see that this one is, I don't know, very hard for me to explain this. On whiteboard will be easier. All right. Oh, so this is tree. Dig hole is different from just now that one. I don't want to do on it. So you can see here. Okay. So your time is 3 weeks, 3 days, for example, or 3 hours. Okay, you dig hole, take about 2 hours. So when you mark the location or the utilities, already 3 hours. So plus the dig hole is so-called, this is forward path. It's about 5 hours, right? So 5 hours coming over here, and your planting of tree will take 2 hours, or 7 hours. So 7 hours come over here. Okay, example, plus 1 hour the plant flower will grow. I don't know how they grow, maybe 1 month or 1 year. So total will be 8 days or 8 hours or 8 months, right? Plus the install the aging. Okay. Okay. So you can see that the total number of hours, you can see how many hours already, right? Oh. So this is one of the critical path, right? You go through this, then you will know how many hours do you need. Okay, total is 9 hours or 9 days, for instance, right? So the forward pass is a technique to move forward through a diagram to calculate the activity duration. Backward pass is just the opposite. Early start, early finish, use the forward path. Late start, okay, and late finish, use the backward path. Memory trigger, if the float activity is 0, the two start, early start and late start, and the two finish are the same. So that means to say the float is 0, everything is equal. That means to say your schedule, you plan it very nice fit to the hour that you want, and they will finish on time. No float, no extra hours for you to overcome some contingency plan or contingency issue, like your plant not growing or you change the plant or whatever. So there's no time for that. So once you plant, it's straightforward. All right. Okay. Oh. So PM today necessary, okay? When you talk about scheduling and costing, okay, frustration with cost overrun and schedule overrun, right? Frustration with reliability of production estimate. Management changes exist today. So you can see the research is show that 44% are completed on time. Only 44. On average, projects are 189% over budget. Okay. 70% of completed projects do not perform as expected. 30% of projects are cancelled before completion. So on average, projects are 222% longer than expected. So you can see that do project, the project manager, the director, the management, okay, must be able to determine the timeline. how to determine the correct timeline is first phase based on the experience that you have, similar project that you do before, then you know what is the timeline, right? All right. Second one is the expected performance. That means the skill and the training of the people. Okay. The people must be qualified, must be able to perform the job expected. If you recruit new people, they cannot fit into the job, then the whole activity will collapse. Right? Third thing is your supply chain management. So if you're ordering of raw material, your material to back up your project work doesn't come on time as per your schedule, that means project will be delayed. Okay. Fourth, it could be your financial problem, your cash flow problem on the company. So they do not have enough money to pay for the more raw material supply and also the worker. They don't turn up, then there is a delay in the project. So the financial manager must really keep and watch of the budget, not to overspend too much until you have no money. Okay. Fifth, can be government rules and regulation. There are many rules and regulations in construction. In Singapore also keep on changing. And you change, you don't keep update, you don't know. You hit against the regulation, then the government will come in and step in and change and stop the project, and your project will cause so-called delay. All right. And also another one is your customer, your client. Okay. Last minute, they want to modify this, change that. And that is expected to run longer period. Okay. So you can see that all this happening, okay, during the project. That's why these are the reasons they given all the project delay. Okay. So another last one will be the weather. For example, every day raining, that's it. Okay. So in a way to run a project, okay, to run it smoothly, it's not easy, right? So you can see that project manager and project director in construction site, they are always very high stress. Okay, high stress never mind, but as long as your salary is good enough, right? Some people go for salary, some go for less stress job. Okay, so you can see PM job, project management job is not that easy as what other people think. Right. I'm been handling about project. I also got a lot of stress that time. Okay. So now I already retire, semi-retirement. Okay. PM have been shown to improve performance. Yes. If you create the PM, the so-called project management using PERF or CPM, with proper breakdown of the work breakdown structure, make it into a small package so that people can manage the package. You have to look at the whole organization structure to see where is the area that you need for improvement, department-wise, section-wise, and the people-wise. So you take note of all these things, then when you do the project, there isn't any problem. That means to say, what I'm trying to say is, if you do a project, first thing you must have a experienced, qualified people. If the leader does not have the experienced and qualified people, I can assure you the project will fail. Okay? And the people he have must be good enough to anticipate what are the things that cause the delay. All right. That means to say they have many years of experience. They know that doing this construction, what sort of thing that they will anticipate there will be a delay. So the only thing that they know all these things, then they can come up with a solution. All right. So take note of that. Okay. Project management allow people to manage a project clearly, able to monitor, okay, and implement halfway through the project timeline, implement or modify any work processes so that the objective is met by the end of the run of this project. Okay, take note. Okay, basic technique, as you can see here, PERP calculation, okay. Define tasks, place tasks in logical order, follow critical path, the longest path to the network, okay, and series of tasks or single tasks that detect the calculated finish date. All right. Step 3, generate estimate. This one is very important of your experience coming to do all this. Okay. Then from the layout of the whole CPM diagram, you can know roughly, you can estimate the earliest and the latest date, and where is the float, where is the slack or the lead or the lag, right? Then determine the probability of meeting expected date. So step 1 and step 2 are logic and legwork, no calculation, and this is required in a clear goal, right? So define task is, for example, a big project for you. For example, you want to build a bridge, for example, right? So how are you going to build a bridge? Okay, first thing is your road or on the earth surface, whether it's compact enough, whether you have come up with a foundation, okay, and from the foundation that you created, what is the loading of this foundation? Then you build a bridge. According to the bridge, what is the load of this bridge per square meter, per square meter, right? What is the load of per square meter, etc., right? From there, you can roughly estimate, okay, near to correctness. So determine how much cement, rebar that you need to do to buy all this material. So you can see that step 1 and step 2 is kind of a logical explanation, and more importantly, that these people must have the experience to do all these things. Right? From the generation of estimate, is very easy because you have the experience, you know what is the optimistic and pessimistic, right? So when you plan the logic diagram, or rather the critical path diagram, right, you will know, right? Hold on. Hello? I don't know, so that's not earlier on to perform. Who are you? Okay, never mind. Because you form me now. Okay, you don't know me, I don't know you. Okay. Okay. So from here, you can determine the earliest and latest, right? Next one, step 3. Assuming step 1 and step 2 completed, simple calculation estimate. So based on the input, you put the likelihood, most optimistic, most likely to happen, and worst case. Normally, with this probability calculation, you can determine the expected duration that is formula given. All right. But to be very practical, expect, okay, if you look at the PERP diagram or CP diagram, all right, we don't have most of the contractors, from my past observation, my work also, we don't do all this estimation. We based on the Gantt chart, okay, one thing. Second thing is based on the critical path method. We can roughly know what is the best case, what is the most likely case, and what is the worst pessimistic case. So those that is very pessimistic, we have to take action immediately. All right. So we have a planner who do this planning of the project, and the planner will monitor every day through feedback from the project site engineer. So he will input the data using BIM, okay, or using Microsoft project. They can roughly know what is the scenario of a project, right? So nowadays, very computerized, no need to memorize the formula or all these things, all automatic calculated for you, okay? So you complete the calculation, then you will know what is the likely project timeline to complete, okay? So deviation, all this, so far in actual project construction, we don't use all this. Only in statistical means then we do. Okay. Okay. When doing manual perf calculation, it's helpful to construct a table to stay organized. So consider the sample project trees and flowers set up early on. Okay. Rough estimate and no risk analysis. So perf analysis will better define the estimate. Start by setting up table to organize this, right? So this will be done in the building information modeling, right? All these things is already so-called input already. Okay, another software is Primavera. Okay, we can estimate the time and etc. It's some kind of a Gantt chart, but it's in automatic, so-called industrial or rather AI application. All right. So the easier one now is, last time I used is Microsoft project. Okay, we can know what is the cost, what is the manpower, number of person work in this project. Everything before we start the project, our software side, right, will key in all the data and use this data as a baseline to monitor all this, right? So don't worry about this. It's actual case, they will use all this software. Nowadays, it's very modern, right? So here you can see all this tabular. I leave it to you. Okay. Oh. You can see all this, right? So as I say, I will send to you the read-up that I prepare, very simple one. From there, you will roughly know what it's all about. Okay. So you can see compute all these things. All these things are standard deviation in the Excel formula that is inside there also. You can do all this calculation, right? No need manual. Nowadays, we don't do manually. Okay. Excel have normal distribution function and compute per probability. Okay. All these things will be done if you have a Microsoft Excel software. I think most of the computer already inbuilt inside already. All you need to do is just extract out the formula, modify the formula, and apply. Okay, if you are good in this Excel sheet preparation, right? Okay, exercise. So a task will be given to you in your practice assignment. It's about the same as this one, okay, but different scenario. Okay. So you go and practice this one. Whereas tonight I will send you the assessment for you to do, okay, with some theory, asking you about theory aspect of this subject. Okay, take note. Okay, Gantt chart. Now we come to Gantt chart. Okay, this is the final paper that we do, right? Gantt charts are developed after network analysis. They are used for showing an ending point for each of the tasks. That means the WBS package, graphically depicting project progress against baseline. Okay, communicating project progress to the stakeholder. So you know that end of the day, when you do the critical path analysis, right, you have to come up with this, with the outcome, the so-called the time on each WBS work scope, the schedule. Then you can put in into the Gantt chart. Okay, and Gantt chart can use Microsoft Project, can use Primavera, can use BIM, right? All these things can be done, right? And show the beginning and the ending, also the progress, right? You have another column show the progress compared to the plan progress, all right? So when these two are computing, you will know which are the tasks that is delayed, okay? And delay because of manpower, because of material, raw material arrive late, or because of force majeure. That means to say some disaster happened. For example, thunderstorm, all this, you can't do the work, right? Or safety concern. And if somebody get injured, then your work being delayed. So all these things will be tabulated, and you will know. As a project manager, you will oversee the whole project. Okay, as an engineer, you help to see the project, and in case of any delay, okay, that's the best that you can help the project manager, the company, to rectify it immediately so that your project do not delay. Right? So take note of that. No? Okay, this is happening everywhere. You work in construction site, also we do like that. You work in petrochemical construction, also we do like that. You work in facility, daily management of the building maintenance, we also work in this way, right? So we anticipate a lot of things, and we come up with schedule, come up with a manpower requirement, and the time spent, the date, and the time, what to repair, what to construct, etc., etc. Right? So Gantt chart is very important. Okay, Gantt chart will be prepare, all right, the master schedule. For example, construction of a building. A master schedule use Gantt chart. They use Microsoft Project, okay, or BIM to draft out or to create this master plan for everyone to see. So within the master plan, they are break down into small project like WBS package and also. Also, they also write a statement on the work on the building itself. That means statement of work or method statement. They will tell you what is the expected, what are the schedule, what are the things to do, etc., etc. So this master plan is very useful. Okay, prior to construction, the project manager, once they get the project, they will sit down together with the QS, with the design engineer, architect to come up with the master schedule, right? And this master schedule is expected that all people should follow, rather than prepare this document just for show. No, right? So it's a way forward in every aspect of a project management, right? In the PMI or project management book or PM box, also they tell about all this scheduling, all this. Okay, they even describe more detail than this one, right? So it's a must. And today you do project management, you must go through the PMI examination. Okay, it's I think it's 100 question. Okay, one question about 2 minutes or 1 minute. You have to answer all it correct, at least 75% correct. If not, you have to retake the paper. All right. So this is a way to do things nowadays, right? You must have a certain quality, okay, to do the project. Oh, take note of that. Okay, future you may become a project manager, project engineer, I don't know. Oh, you go back to your own country, you can do this job already. roughly you can know what is expected of a project. Okay. Any question? Any question?
Sir.
Hello.
No, sir. No.
Okay, let me switch to another graphic page. Share the page. Okay. I will turn to the other page. Can you see now this one? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can see, this one I will send to you because it's very clear, okay, what to expect. All the calculation, simple calculation, and you know, right? So calculating of float, all these things will be there. All self-explanatory, right? I will send to Miss Ma, and Miss Ma will send to you, right? So you go and read this one, then your assignment can be done on your practice assignment that I'm going to submit tonight. And Miss Ma will send to all of you here. Okay? It tell you everything about critical path analysis, right? Everything is here. Okay? So any question again?
No, sir.
Okay. So I will send to Miss Ma. Okay? So no question, I got nothing to teach already, right? Covered all this already, finished. Okay? Not the schedule of today will be finished. Okay? I will send to you this one. If you cannot understand, you send a question to me, or the next day I will explain to you further. You go and read up first. Okay, no questions. I'll stop the sharing. Okay, go and read up your slide. Okay, to prepare for you, do the homework. Okay, brother, sister. Okay, hello.
Sir.
Okay, bye bye.
Okay, sir. Bye. Take care. Okay, sir. Bye bye. See you again.
Bye.